Cedric Maxwell Podcast
is brought to you by Prize Picks.
Everyone likes to compare everything, right? And everybody's a prisoner of the moment. And there's a lot of recency bias that's going on. But I saw an interesting Twitter debate today talking about SGA. If he were to win Finals MVP in a year that he led the league in scoring and won MVP, and finished second in MVP voting the year before, and a top 5 finish, I think, the year before that, is he already cleared? Is he cleared Jayson Tatum in terms of career accomplishments if he's able to pull that off this year? Wins the finals, wins finals MVP, and has a regular season MVP under his belt. Has he cleared Tatum in terms of overall body of work? Because somebody put it out there that, like, well, if SGA does all this, he's already here. And Celtics fans lost their minds, freaked out, and jumped in and listed all of Jayson Tatum's accomplishments, which are many in terms of top 5 MVP finishes, all NBA teams. He's got more stats to pad it, but finals MVP and scoring champion all in 1 year at this age, I don't know. Where do you put it if in that debate?
Yeah, I'll agree.
He clears Tatum, you think?
Just hold your breath, because and plug your ears up, because it does. It puts SGA in another stratosphere. How many guys are able to win an MVP and lead the league in scoring and be a finalist? He's already if you know how Twitter goes, if he wins a championship this year. If he doesn't win the championship, you put that on the back burner. But if he wins a championship, he becomes that dude that you talk about. You're going, wow, that is unbelievable. He's done some things right now that Tatum has not done. So it does put him on another pedestal, John, again, if he wins. So Celtic fans, hold your breath. He hasn't passed them yet. He has to win. He has to win. But if you put all those things in a big cup, yes. If they had candy and nuts, we all have a Merry Christmas. But that's not necessarily the things that happen. If your aunt had gonads, she'd be your uncle. That's
the Don Cherry.
This is my podcast, John. We always use that kind of stuff.
No, that's the famous Don Cherry line, right?
Yeah. So just hold up, John. Let me say this: John Cherry, he didn't invent that line. That was back in the hood.
I know, but
that was Luby and that was Fella. They always used that line back in the day. So and that was when I was in the 3rd and 4th grade. So
I don't think you could say that in 2025, but that's okay. But
I just believe that it does. It puts him on another pedestal again. But that's the big if game. That's the Michael Felgers of the world. They want to. Well, if this happens, then this happens. And here's the thing I always say, John: let it happen first. Let it happen. If it happens, then now we can go back and we can revisit that, and we can definitely put a ribbon and a bow on it.
Yeah. Again, he has to win it, but it's not just this. They've got a window that probably is going to last them 2 or 3 seasons, so he could keep stacking that. But everybody.
John, what happens if they start? What happens if they have to start making moves?
They will, but it's not there yet. But they're close.
You're gonna do. You remember when people said
the bill comes due?
Oh my God, the Celtics they're built for whatever, and then you lose this year, and the sky's falling, and they say they want to rip this team apart, and it looks like there are going to be a lot of different changes that happen with this team, and all we have right now is conjecture. That's all. Nobody else has said one word about. I want to see eventually what happens when Brad pulls that trigger. That's going to be the big thing. What happens then?